There's a few more things in terms of what they went to. Obviously, we gotta stop woke, which means making sure transgender people die effectively. So Vivek Ramaswamy and Mike Pence pledged for a national ban on gender-affirming care because they all have to one-up each other, and also requiring that schools out children who might be trans. Ramaswamy proclaimed transgenderism in kids a mental health disorder. The very people who say that this increases the risk of suicide are also the ones saying the parents don't have the right to know about that increased risk of suicide. What? He said, adding, to affirm a kid's confusion, that's not compassion, that's cruelty. That's cool, bro. That's also your opinion. Stats say that's absolutely not true. And that the more you can embrace a kid and their identity, the less they will want to harm themselves. So anyway, whatever you have to tell yourself at night. Pence, of course, said that he would, basically he's like, I'm fine with the LGBTQ plus community, but they're violent. And so he said, I'll stand up for the safety and civil liberties of every American from every background. He said before pivoting to affirm his support for rules requiring schools to effectively out transgender and non-gender conforming kids to their parents. Lindmark Community Schools in Iowa had a policy that you had to have a permission slip from your parents to get a Tylenol, but you could get a gender transition plan without notifying your parents. That's crazy. We're gonna stand up for the rights of parents. I apologize, he didn't say that they are violent, but they are more likely to be victims of violence. But he's saying parental rights, which is just so wild to me, Farron, that this is a party that claims to care about kids, and then ultimately it's like, oh no, we care about parents. Not teachers, just parents, because parents are the only ones who know, except for the parents who support their trans kids and their transition or their identities. We don't support those parents or those families. Just the parents that it reminds me of the scene in, I'm gonna just now quote The Jerk, the scene of like when he's giving the prizes, any prize, except for everything between the teddy bear and the gumballs, anything between, all right, but like lower than the zebra. Like it's like we support these parents. These are the parents GOP supports. Yeah.
Well, they're not gonna stop this either because they think it's a winning issue. We see it. Obviously down here in Florida, it's horrific, but we had this week Republicans come out with a budget proposal that would kick 1 million single mothers with children off of the federal SNAP benefit program. So they can talk all they want about wanting to protect kids and we're gonna take care of the parents and we're gonna listen. You're literally more concerned about what's in the kid's pants than what's in the kid's belly. Fetterman out here this week putting forth legislation like free school breakfast and lunches. That's taking care of children because again, making sure that these kids are actually taken care of, that they have nutrition, that they have, the basic necessities to be able to live is important. These culture war BS issues that Republicans are pushing every day means nothing other than trying to already marginalize this group that's already so marginalized in society just because they need somebody to beat up on so they can be like, no, parents, the problems in your life are all coming from this group. It's been that way my entire life. Reagan, when he burst out, he was president when I was born. His whole thing was the welfare queens. Your life sucks because these people are mooching off welfare. Then it's just constantly evolved. With Trump, it was the immigrants. Your life sucks because of these people. Yep. There's always the others. Your life is bad, not because the corporations you're working for are screwing you over. No. It's these people over here that are making your life so bad. And
Which is so ironic because this is the party of personal responsibility, right? If you want to have an abortion, suddenly we don't believe in liberty, we believe in personal responsibility. Yeah, but yes, when it comes to why the economy is the way that it is or why communities are the way that they are, it's not, corporate greed, it is this or your own personal responsibility. It's this other person over here. Yeah, they just deflect.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.